So what do you guys want to talk about? I can't steal that from Cody Rhodes. I can't steal everything I do from WWE programming. How do we all keep doing this? We're all fans of WWE. How many of you in your real life steal stuff from WWE? Like, do you anybody go into a room and be like, so what do you guys want to talk about? Like Cody Rhodes? WWE is infectious. It is a product that is meant for a lifelong consumer. We don't need to sit here attacking people who left WWE to go to an alternative, and now they're prancing back in because Randy Orton and CM Punk are back. We don't need to waste time lambasting them, even if we continue to watch the product every single week on a monotonous 3-hour TV show that a lot of the times isn't that good. But overall, the storylines in general have gotten way better, even if the weekly TV show really can't get that much better, because at the end of the day, it's still a show that's put on 52 weeks a year, and you're not always going to have banger episodes of TV. You're going to have a lot of filler. You know how much easier it is just to say that versus getting upset and reviewing every single week? To just cut out the stuff you don't like instead of complaining about it every single week. Kind of like when I was most successful here on YouTube, when I was the biggest I ever was. It was over 400 pounds. I just found stuff to complain about with WWE, but the problem was, why was I complaining? I was still watching. If you're going to watch a show, why complain? Now, I have more respect for the people that just cut you off and just go, I'm out. You messed up. I am choosing not to subscribe to your service anymore. Like O'Kelly Thoughts, my buddy. Lil Kelly, I think that's his name. Lil Kelly? What the Lil Kelly. Well, Lil Kelly over here on Twitter is posting his professional wrestling is art crap, which you can go follow, because hopefully one day he becomes my podcast host, as I just talked the love for wrestling. So you can imagine when he tells me on the biggest night of Raw, which should just be like, okay, this is how good WWE is now. They have so many stars. The show last night was still filler. The tag team turmoil match, I only got to see from New Day on. And I went, I don't know how long the Creeds have been in, but clearly they're winning. Triple H has got to build a tag team. Who won? The Creeds. Were there mix-ups? Was it like the wrong way to do it? Could they have done it week after week? Did they needed a tag team turmoil? No. We know they're being built up really fast and they're going to lose. But the TV show is also, hey, Priest, don't worry about it. We still got the championships. We're all still good. Don't hold yourself accountable. Well, if the Creed brothers come out of nowhere and beat them, that's going to cause more tension within the Judgment Day, which fuels the TV show, which is the stuff I want to talk about. I don't want to sit here going, Damian Priest should be booked to cash in the Money in the Bank exactly this way, and if it doesn't happen this way, I'm going to go devote my tweets to AEW. I don't spend money and buy merchandise or anything that keeps them in business, but my tweets will be AEW directed now. Bro, I'm over that. That's dumb. That's pointless thinking, bro. I turn on the television. I watch what I like. Okay, I don't. I pretty much watch the whole show. He did the right thing and watched the Randy Orton promo, the Punk promo, and a little bit of the tag team turmoil. He took out what he liked and didn't like, but he is committed to watching wrestling for the art. And he's going to AEW, and I said I'd go with him, and I bailed on him because I've got to work. Do I have to? I don't know. But to me, AEW is just background noise now. WWE has had these storylines that they can cash in for 7+ years that I have said, I've shouted the payoffs. That WWE would build up stars, they would tear them down, only to let them rebuild, and that's what WWE's done. So I am a WWE lifer. I like AEW. I think AEW is great for the business. It's great for the boys. It's great for the talent. I think every time Punk returns and we get Tony Khan being like, if you superstars love your job, you'll tweet out and defend me and say how great AEW is. Okay, but here's the problem with that. Then you're just attacking wrestlers who may not have liked WWE, find more success in AEW, and boom, you're picking the people that realized, TKO and it's a $1 billion business now. They're selling out arenas. The merch checks. The boys are going to make more money. If I'm putting my body on the line, maybe I should get rewarded for it. They want structure. We can't attack people for making their decisions, right? As much as I've jokingly said in the last couple videos that had Keith Lee stayed patient, he would have been booked somewhere big. That's not up to me to tell Keith Lee what he should do. That's Keith Lee's decision. Our decision is when Keith Lee goes out there, we cheer him. The whole point was, even in the Bearcat stuff, in Vince McMahon, Triple H's mind, you put people in gimmicks, you don't know if they're comfortable, and eventually they work through it. The point is, when you throw somebody out to sink or swim, all of us fans just look at this as, they don't know how to book them properly. Meanwhile, it seems like for the last 10 years, my entire life in WWE, Vince just does this no matter what, because in his head, yeah, he's the one guy that doesn't tell everybody the creative plans. He's the one that has final say. So he'll let the writers come up with something that maybe is better than what he has planned or had planned, and then he goes with it if he's swayed enough, if it's good for business. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it because he owned the company. And now, even when they do this, all these storylines are just stuff that WWE has built since NXT. The drama with the 4 horsewomen. Honest to God, everybody's like, why did Ronda Rousey debut on ROH? Tony Khan runs a subscription service where you have to pay money. WWE did the network. They got away from pay-per-views. AEW was the alternative. One company had a network, one company had pay-per-views. Guys, it's like DoorDash and Uber Eats. At the end of the day, they're bringing you 2 separate products in 2 different ways. Fighting is pointless. They're not bringing you the same product. One is selling you on pay-per-view. The problem is, now that WWE has all these superstars, these must-see attractions, we could be headed back to pay-per-views. And where you actually have to pay to watch them. And that's the downside of us saying, oh my God, they signed everybody. They did all this. It costs money. Rumors are Tony Khan spent more than he's made back. There is no right answer if Punk goes back, if Orton goes back. The right answer is me getting to shut up and see Lil Kelly. What the there's a significance to the name. I just got to ask him. Probably a little condescending in this video not to do that. But like, who just goes, yeah, I watched the Punk promo, the Orton promo, and Tag Team Turmoil, man. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there watching a 3-hour show as I'm working. Again, I'm working, I'm sitting in parking lots. I'm just have it up on the stream. It is what it is. WWE and your friends and AEW and being the Elite and being the Dark Order, man, if I could tell you one message is ask yourself, are you happy in life as you're arguing about this stuff? Because that was the big thing that took me down. Maybe I'm just trying to save you guys a lot of hassle. I found stuff to complain about, but I also had a channel that making videos rewarded me for complaining. So me complaining was not actually me complaining. I mean, it was personal stuff I didn't like or I disliked, amplified. I was paid to do it. But like, did I need to put out the stuff I didn't like? Did I really need to do that? Did I really need to, if somebody liked something on the show, go out and say, the hell with this? We're all sitting here going, I wish Punk would have buried AEW. Yeah, because you keep thinking they have to attack the competition. Even though since day one, Triple H has said, we're here. Nick Khan has said, we're here. The fans keep trying to make it about that. Tony Khan has to take shots against WWE. He is the alternative. He's a pay-per-view business. He's ECW. He's Paul Heyman. He has to do those things for his business to get the hardcore fan that is upset about WWE. And at the end of the day, when you finally realize that and go, that's why Ronda Rousey debuted in ROH, to prove she was a draw. And here's the thing, if she bought out buy numbers, what's going to happen? WWE's going to know we got to bring her back. And when they bring her back, and when Marina Shafir, who 5 years ago, we said 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen, she wasn't ready back then. Everybody that watches AEW now goes, Marina Shafir is kind of like green. She's like, oh, she's okay, but like I don't really like her. This other stuff. Now imagine if WWE rushed the fatal 4 horsewoman match years ago. Instead, they laid the groundwork for Sasha, Charlotte, Becky, like all of them to work together, Bayley, and the Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler stuff. And now eventually they can come back to it because that's what WWE does. That's what Triple H does. All Triple H does better than anybody is know how to get you, the addict, hooked and just give you what you want. But he's going to give it to you after he milks you for every bit of money, every bit of fan service. And you know what? Good for him. Because my greatest memories of bonding with my father were over wrestling. And if that's what it takes, milking me for money, guess what? I just don't have to buy the pay-per-views. And that's why I feel disconnected from AEW. I watched the show and I had no way to spend $50, or I didn't prioritize spending $50. So I became that cynical fan that even though if I wasn't bashing AEW, I love wrestling. Why didn't I have my life together just to be able to afford the pay-per-view? And until I answer that question of why I chose not to buy a pay-per-view, everything else is just complaining. Until next time, I want to know your guys' honest thoughts and opinions. Do you have friends that watch AEW? WWE? Do they fight? Do they bicker? How do you deal with it? Do you have friends that, maybe you just have a good circle of friends that are just like Machinima Palooza or just the boys and they're just like, meh, 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 meh. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. Until next time, Eric Emanuel, happier than ever. Watch wrestling with friends because professional wrestling is art. At the Eric Emanuel. Oh, Kelly thoughts. What a dumb Twitter. Well, now I'm bashing him. What if it's sentimental? Eric Emmanuel, and you will enunciate that E. Emmanuel. Signing out.